This is my match footage from the May 2021 two-gun action challenge match at Fairfax Rod and Gun Club. This stage is ammo resupply. You start at about 220 yards from the targets, 20 yards from this first shooting position. You have your first magazine downloaded to 6, and all of your reloads are in the ammo can that you bring with you. There's a target at the 300-yard berm, so about 200 yards from this position, and that's a full-size IPSC target. And then at our 200-yard berm, so 100 yards from this shooting position, is a 2/3 size IPSC gong. And the procedure is one hit at long range, one hit at the short range target, one hit at the long range target, one hit at the short range target, and then you move to the next shooting position. Each of these shooting positions is 25 yards apart. And here I do my reload out of the ammo can, which was actually pretty smooth for me. And then the rest of this is pretty straightforward, shoot and steal. Shooter's choice as to what shooting position they took up, but most people will shoot off the barrels because it's a reasonably stable platform. Here I tried to go offhand, but decided I was just too wobbly at this point and went back to the barrel top.
They finished unload and show clear. Stand by.
This is the Casarda drill in its classic incarnation. The drill is you are at 100 yards from, in our case, a 2/3 IPSC gong target. You go prone, put one round on the target, and then throw the kettlebell. This is a 40-pound kettlebell, and it's the first time I've thrown a 40-pound kettlebell, as you can probably tell in the video. You move to where the kettlebell landed, take another shot from prone at the target. Once you hit the target, you then throw the kettlebell downrange, grab your rifle, move to where the kettlebell landed, repeat the process. There's supposed to be a grand total of 50 yards of throws. For every 10-yard mark you throw the kettlebell over, you get a bonus to your time. For us, in our case, 5 seconds per 10 yards.
Good throw.
I will eventually par out on this. All of our stages are set to 120-second par times. I will have thrown the kettlebell about 20 yards.
You got it, dude.
Not unsurprising for me, given my crappy physical shape, the fact that I'm shooting in the afternoon after running the morning squad through the match. But my shooting's gotten better, especially from prone. Most of the shots I took only required one, or most of the hits on the targets only required one, sometimes 2 shots. I just got to get better at throwing a kettlebell.
Time.
For this stage, there's 3 shooting positions. This position is 25 yards. The first part of it is you knock the 2 poppers down. Then you go to the second position at 15 yards, thread the no-shoot needle, and engage 1 round on each of the black steel round targets. Come back up to 25 yards, get the 2 poppers, perform a mandatory reload, move back to the first position, get 2 hits on steel, move back to the second position, get 1 hit on each of the 2 steel targets, again threading the no-shoot needle, and then finally moving back to the third position at 25 yards, 2 hits on the static steel.
It finished unload and show clear.
This was the best stage of the match. You start by diving through this playground tube to your rifle, which is empty. Load it and engage 5 paper targets in a stack. For our matches, all paper requires at least 2 shots, 2 engagements, and then these are IDPA targets, so we count the points down. Unload the rifle, show clear, wait for the RO to verify, dive back through the tube with your rifle, and then engage another stack of 5 targets with your pistol. For our matches, if the course of fire requires you to unload a gun on the clock, typically for safety reasons such as diving through a tube, once the gun is unloaded, it is considered a stick on a string, and the 180 rule does not apply to that firearm. Overall, I'm pretty happy with how I did in this match. My shooting's getting better, even though my kettlebell throwing isn't. Temperatures in the afternoon were around 90, so I'm very happy with how I finished. Hope to see you in the future for more match coverage.
All right.
Never ever do this again.
Are you ready?